Hi, I'm Paul. Welcome back to another Tool Tuesday. Today we're going to be showing you our laser engraver slash cutter. Let's get to it. All right, we have a 100-watt laser engraver. We ordered it directly from China through Amazon, and it showed up at my door. We plugged it in, and we started laser engraving. Why did I do that? We saved a lot of money. If you buy a North American version, don't get me wrong, the quality and features of certain machines are obviously amazing, but you will pay for the speed, the features that are added with these other machines. I don't actually know. I didn't investigate too much past seeing prices of other machines in comparison to this one. This machine is 4 feet by 3 feet. So as a laser engraver, it's pretty darn big. One of the biggest ones I've seen. 100 watts, which is also plenty of power for what we do. Our main use for this machine is either engraving our logo in boards or custom logos for anybody that wants that, or also laser cutting. We are cutting Baltic birch plywood. I believe it's 3 millimeters thick for my templates for all the chairs that we do. So we use it for laser engraving as well as cutting. Works fantastic. Since we started doing the cutting, we did add a water chiller to keep the water cool. The laser tube that's in the back of the machine has water flowing through it, which cools that tube, which is very important. If you don't cool that water properly, your tube is going to wear out prematurely. We don't want that to happen. Another tip is we kind of run maximum 90% power. We never push it right to the limit. Again, that's going to do a little premature wear on that laser tube and it could wear out. The tube is a name brand one from what I understand. It does a Reci, R-E-C-I. So when you do go on Alibaba, Amazon, eBay, if you want to source out this same machine, which we will leave a link below for something similar if they still have the same machine. It is a Reci 100-watt laser engraver. So we're going to show you a demonstration of both cutting plywood as well as laser engraving. Now with laser engraving, it's typically pretty simple. You can grab an image, load it into the program, and then you're going to set your speed as well as the laser strength. That's going to determine how deep it actually burns into the wood. So you have the speed as well as the power you're going to be controlling. Now typically when we do logos, we're running at a speed of about 125 millimeters to even 200 millimeters per second. And when we are cutting the plywood, we're as low as about 3 millimeters per second. So huge difference in the speed from when we're engraving to cutting. Both settings though, we're pretty much using that 70 to 90% power, and then we let the machine determine from there. Most images are very simple. We just have to import them into this program that came with the laser engraver called RD Works. We can then size the image, and we're also going to tell the machine where to zero. That's all pretty simple. Set our speed, set our power, and then we export that image to the machine. We can also do a preview in the software program, which is going to show you what it's going to look like as well as how long it's going to take to do whatever you're doing. Next up, we got to turn on the laser engraver. It's going to reset, it's going to home itself back to zero, and then we're going to need to autofocus the laser. The laser needs to be a certain height above whatever you're lasering. So we're going to lower the bed manually, place whatever we're doing. In this case, it's this beautiful piece of walnut that we're going to stick underneath it. And it has a little micro switch that when we go to the menu and we hit autofocus, it's going to lower the laser head until it touches that micro switch twice, and then it's going to set itself to the distance that it's focused at. From there, we can set it to its 0 point. We're going to hit origin, which basically zeroes out where it's going to start relative to the image that we just downloaded to the laser engraver. Next step is we hit the frame button, and that's going to make a square around the image or writing or whatever you're going to be burning to the maximum dimension, and that's how we size everything. I don't typically do any measuring. I just kind of download the image into the program, hit the origin button, frame it, see how big it is. If I need to adjust it a little bit, I go back to the program, shrink the image. All right, we're all set up. I'm going to turn on the machine, and she's going to make a nice engraving. It'll just be about 2 to 2.5 minutes. So let's get on with it. Making laser work now. All right, so that was about 45 minutes to do this cutting. Let's see how it did. I'm gonna pull it out. Dun, 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 dun. There's usually something stuck, but oh, check that out. Not one piece is stuck. Did really, really well. Sweet. Whoa! And I always think this is super cool and you want to try to save this somehow, but it's virtually impossible. In fact, it's actually annoying picking up all these little pieces, but you do what you got to do. So that's it for Tool Tuesday. This is our laser engraver, which we use for cutting, engraving. Hope you learned something. Make it a great one.